Hey there, XRP traders and investors. It's Rod with Pow Group. Welcome back on the Pursuit of Wealth, your home for MJ Stocks, crypto assets, news, and interviews. Happy Hump Day. It's Wednesday, April 16th. Hope you're well. And in this video, we're going to be discussing XRP. We'll take a look at the price chart as well, what to expect in the days, weeks, months ahead. We do have a bullish reversal pattern. We could be seeing $3 imminently, and we'll take a look at the price action, what to expect there in the days, weeks, months ahead. Like I said, and not financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. My thoughts and opinions. We did get some news today with regards to the stay. Essentially, they're going to be holding it, the case, and it was granted 60 days. I think we're going to see massive price appreciation and explosion here over the coming months, especially with legislation due in the U.S. before August recess. I think we're going to see stablecoin regulation and a sort of market structure bill where we get what is what, commodity, security, etc. And if we're in for some fireworks, folks. Before we get to it, make sure to smash like, take the bell, all that good stuff. You'll be notified on any future videos or when I go live. And full disclosure, I do own XRP. It's my largest crypto holding by a country mile. You can follow us over on X as well, formerly Twitter. Handle for that is @GroupPow. And speaking of X, this is where James K. Phelan posted this earlier today. So XRP, community, SEC Gov, Ripple, SEC and Ripple, the joint parties, their motion to hold the appeal in abeyance has been granted by the court. So the SEC Gov is directed to file a status report within 60 days of this order. We could see a settlement really any time now. We know that it's already been leaked. Essentially, Brad Garlinghouse mentioned on a recent Fox interview that he agreed to the settlement terms with the staff. And then what happens is usually the staff kind of deal with it preliminarily and that kind of that first step. And then we see the vote from the commissioners. So it's really just going through the logistics at this point, and it could be any day now where we're going to get the reduction in the fine. It's going from, the 100 million, 125 million down to 50 million, and they're going to look to potentially pay that in XRP and then move on from all this silliness, right? So this is great. Today was the day that they had to file their appellate brief, and not surprising to see this come out, but another 60 days. And that's lining up with my thinking. I think sometime between, May to June is where things are really going to get kicked into high gear. It was looking like, somewhere around April into May where, it's kind of been delayed a little bit. It's not surprising to see, this is such a manipulated asset. It's not surprising to see them play, gamify it a little bit and play games and stretch it out a bit longer. But again, everything is lining up. We could see crypto legislation in the US and XRP go live here, ETFs very, very soon. Speaking of that, Justin ProShares has filed with the SEC to launch XRP ETFs. And an analyst suggests that XRP may be ahead of other cryptocurrencies in the race for the SEC approval of a spot ETF in the US. And I think that was Canary Capital. And I think that's true, right? Some people are saying it's gonna beat Solana to the race. In Canada, their Solana ETFs are going to start trading, and there's one pending on XRP. But we do have the leveraged ETF, which is XRP, and that one I believe it's a 2x leverage. Let me just bring it up here real quick. Yeah, it's a 2x leverage, and I did buy this one. I bought it actually a couple of days ago. It was it was a week ago now. It was last Wednesday, and I got it on that daily consolidation. I got it close to around 22, 23 bucks, and then it just absolutely exploded from the all-time low there to the recent high. It was up about almost 46%. And then today started the daily consolidation like most names. But overall, I wanted to add that to my tax-free savings account, which is a TFSA. Everything in there grows tax-free. So that was the idea around that. And then over here on the weekly time frame, we're still below the 10-week moving average, but we could see the stochastic cross bullish here very, very soon. And it's going to be at least a couple of weeks before we see the MACD bull cross as well, but it's lining up. I think, over the next 2 to 3 weeks, we're going to start to recover, and we should see major price appreciation into, like I said, the end of May into June ahead of crypto legislation in the US. And there's talks about using the US government using tariff revenue to essentially buy crypto and Bitcoin without adding, taxpayer dollars, not using taxpayer dollars. So that's a great sign as well. And we're trying to fight off this death cross here with the 50-day above the 200-day moving average. So we'll see if we can fight that off. And so far it's looking pretty good. If we take a look here on the hourly time frame on XRP, we did have an inverse head and shoulders here, and that confirmed today, but we sold off. Bit of a a sell-off after seeing that confirm. But if we zoom out to the daily, it's also a daily inverse head and shoulders here, and we're starting daily consolidation, and it's also a daily bull flag. If we go from the low to the high there, anything around that 203 level is still a potential daily bull flag. So we have a lot of confluence in the fact that we could see a bullish continuation here. And if we just move that out, that's saying somewhere around the 268 level. And then if you look at the inverse head and shoulders here from the low to the high, we still haven't confirmed it yet. We would have to break above the high here at 225. So get over 225, that's going to confirm it. And then the measured move would be up to around $3.13. And that's more than likely going to coincide with some sort of news. If not, a price appreciation in the rest of the sector, risk on, and Bitcoin starting to get back to around that 100K and beyond. I still think there's a good chance Bitcoin hits around 120 to 140K this cycle. And then after that, we should see altcoins go absolutely ballistic. But you can see here on the monthly time frame, we back tested the monthly EMA 12 at $1.61 perfectly on XRP. We did this before as well in the 2017 breakout, and we held that there. So looking for something similar to play out, like I said, over the next couple of months, I think we're going to see major price appreciation. And if we just look at the Bitcoin fractals, this is very subjective. It's very easy to manipulate this. So if you even just, I mentioned this in the Power Group private community today, if you come on here and you even just, move this slightly, just a tiny bit, that moves out the timeline by a month or two, right? So if you use like a nice buffer of around 2 to 3 months, give or take, it's generally a decent buffer, and the boom and bust cycles still remain the same. But it's impossible to predict the exact month, the exact day, the exact time, right? Nobody can predict time. I've been following financial markets for going on over 15 years now, and nobody can predict time, right? So it's just about the past rhyming, not repeating. And right now we are rhyming in terms of the past with regards to Bitcoin price. Like I said, the boom and bust cycle is very, very similar. And like I said, if you just adjust this a little bit, it skews it off by quite a bit. But I'm still firm in thinking that sometime between now and call it August, we should see new price appreciation and blue sky breakout and new all-time highs in price discovery, honestly. But it's looking good. I think ETFs could get past really any time now. I think it could be, directly once we see a settlement official, with the announcement becoming official from the SEC, once it's on the website, coming out from all their, because it's one thing coming from Ripple and the CEO, but when it comes from the SEC, it's a completely different story. Once we get the settlement terms, they pay it in XRP. Ripple's going to IPO. There's so many bullish catalysts. It's not even funny. I won't name them. There's like a dozen. And then there's going to be, I think, 18 ETFs all drinking from the same cup. Supplies are running low on exchanges already. Just imagine what's going to happen when this Cambridge explosion, it's going to be awesome. So just be prepared and get your popcorn ready, because over the coming months, I think you're going to see some uncomfortable price action. Even the people that are long, that are holding this thing, are going to get uncomfortable because it's going to melt faces. All right, go on down it there. Let me know what you think of all this in the comment section below. We'll continue the conversation there. It's Rod with Power Group. Thanks again for joining us on the Pursuit of Wealth, and we'll see you again on the next video.